Today, we're going to look at comparing the vitamin and mineral content between juice from a slow juicer and the juice from a fast juicer.
If you've been looking to purchase a new juicer or searching for information on the difference between slow and fast juicers, you may have come across messages like this. In centrifugal juicers, fast spinning blades kill all nutrients and enzymes found in fruits and vegetables. Juice must be drunk immediately, as the enzymes and nutrients have been destroyed. It is simply dead.
Messages like this are popping up everywhere. Even some of the nutritionists that we talk to believe that slow juice is more nutritious than fast juice, even when they haven't been presented with any scientific evidence. I guess it's the old adage, if so many people are saying it, it must be true. But where is the information coming from? Where is the research to back up these claims? Is slow juice really more nutritious?
Well, we designed slow juicers and fast juicers and citrus presses and blenders, so we were quite curious about finding this out too. In fact, over the last 10 years, we've been commissioning research from laboratories like the Australian Government National Measurement Institute, which is Australia's peak measurement body, so we could try and understand the differences that you're talking about. In fact, we've run about a dozen tests over the years, and the more recent information we put on a website called Juicing Science.
The tests show that there are significant differences between the best fast juicer and the worst fast juicer. But when you compare the best fast juicer with the best slow juicer, on average, there's no significant difference in the vitamin and mineral concentrations they produce. That's right, there's no significant difference. But hold on, fast juicers spin at much faster speeds than slow juicers. So Scott, how is this possible?
Well, Richard, I'm glad you asked.
This is where you explain how it's possible.
I thought I just did.
I don't get it.
Too obscure?
Maybe.
Okay, well, our fast juicers process the cells of the food in about 1/10 of a second, which is less time than it takes the average person to blink an eye.
Ah, okay, I get it. Right, so less time means less damage to the cells?
Exactly. In fact, to illustrate this even further, okay, where's my apple?
Up an apple.
There we go. I'm just going to cut a little bit of this apple out. And inside this piece, there are hundreds and hundreds of cells. Now, in a slow juicer, those cells are processed continuously for about 2 to 3 seconds. They're crushed and squashed and rubbed against each other, as well as a metal filter, while air is pushed into the cells for the entire time they're processed. Now, the action is slightly more gentle than a fast juicer, but it takes a lot longer.
But in a fast juicer, these tiny little cells go from the cutting disc to having passed through a mesh filter in about 0.1 of a second. That's 20 to 30 times less contact than in a slow juicer. Let's get scientific. Perfect. We made all of the test results from the Australian government testing available on a website called Juicing Science. But here's a quick summary of what happened for apples, celery, carrots, tomatoes and spinach.
So overall, the average juice yields, temperature transfer and nutritional concentrations versus the whole fruit or vegetable are almost exactly the same between the best fast and the best slow juicers. In fact, the fast juicers produced 1/4 degree Celsius less heat than the slow juicer. So whether you use the very best fast juicer or the very best slow juicer, you're going to get a nutrient-packed result. In fact, each of them averaged concentration yields for the tested vitamins and minerals of over 80% of what exists in the whole fruit and vegetables. 80% of the vitamins and mineral concentration in an easy-to-drink glass sounds pretty good to me.
Okay, so in freshly made juice, they're about the same. But we've also heard 2 other common theories about fast juices. Firstly, fast juice is said to contain more air than slow juice. And secondly, and perhaps because of this additional air, the nutrients in slow juice last longer. So Are either of these theories true, Scott?
Well, it's true that air does cause oxidation, and oxidation kills some vitamins and minerals. But when it comes to air and juice, there are two different types. There's the froth that sits on top of the juice, and then there's the air inside the juice. Now, it's true that on average, fast juices produce more froth on top of the juice, but that's not always the case. For example, with spinach juice, you'll get more froth typically from a slow juicer than you will from a fast juicer. But what's much more important than the froth on top of the juice is the air that's trapped inside the juice. This is the part that does damage to the cells. Scientists call this dissolved oxygen.
So in 2003, we had a laboratory test the dissolved oxygen content from a fast juicer and a slow juicer using both apples and carrots. Both of them had very little dissolved oxygen. In the apple, the oxygen levels on both were the same, at least 0.02% or 1 part in 5,000. The carrot juice was actually the slow juicer that had 2 to 4 times the dissolved oxygen levels of the fast juicer, but the levels were still quite low.
So it's not true that fast juice retains more air than slow juice, at least not according to the test result. So the air inside the juice is pretty comparable. But do the vitamins and minerals in slow juice last longer?
Again, no. This is another unsubstantiated myth. The NMI, as well as laboratories in the US, have conducted tests on juice from the best fast juices and the best slow juices to see how much nutrition exists in fresh juice, in juice that is 4 hours old, and in juice that's 24 hours old. And once again, there was very little discernible difference between the juice from the best fast juicer and the best slow juicer.
So what's the difference? The best fast juicer produces similar juice yields, similar nutritional concentrations, creates a similar amount of heat and oxygen, and the juice lasts for a similar amount of time as it does in a slow juicer. So if you're looking for the healthiest option, the answer is they're both pretty fantastic. They can both juice hard vegetables, soft fruits, leafy greens, and grasses.
The real difference is in that slow juices are much quieter and fast juices are much faster to use and much easier to clean. So thanks for watching, everyone, and join us next time on Juicing Science. Cheers. Today, we're going to look at comparing the vitamin and mineral content between juice from a slow juicer and the juice from a fast juicer.
If you've been looking to purchase a new juicer or searching for information on the difference between slow and fast juicers, you may have come across messages like this. In centrifugal juicers, fast spinning blades kill all nutrients and enzymes found in fruits and vegetables. Juice must be drunk immediately, as the enzymes and nutrients have been destroyed. It is simply dead.
Messages like this are popping up